Hola, Mila. How are you?
Hola, how are you? I am good.
Good. I'm so glad to hear that and good to see you. How are you doing today? How is the weather in Peru right now?
Now it's raining a little, but yeah, the weather is warm here, and yeah,
Yeah,
it's nice. Yeah,
nice. It's the end of summer for you right now, right?
yes, but it's a
Okay.
rainy season also.
Okay. Gotcha. Yep. Yeah, so if you do go down to the southern hemisphere, I'm just telling folks, make sure that you know that the seasons are switched. A lot of times when I studied abroad in Chile, people were like, oh my God, I packed for all of my winter stuff and I didn't realize it'd be summer. So make sure that you know that a southern hemisphere location is going to be opposite, but
Yeah.
it's certainly not the end of the world. So thank you so much for joining me today, Mila. Let's just jump right in and get started. For those of you who are joining us now, just if you have questions for Mila, just feel free to comment with them, and I will let her know. But for right now, we're just going to kind of jump into it. So, Mila, can you tell me a little bit like what it's like for students when they first arrive on site in Peru?
Okay. The first day I go to the airport. Our CIS office in Cusco is so close to the airport.
Mm-hmm.
So if the students arrive at any times, for sure I will be there with a CIS abroad sign.
Mm-hmm.
And then after pick up the students, I go with them to the homestay families, and then yeah, they take a rest for probably 2 or 3 hours, and in the afternoon we have our first orientation in our office, and then we have a walking tour around the city. Some students want to buy a SIM card, or maybe they want to see where is the ATMs or the Casas de Cambio in Cusco. And yeah, it's a general visit around the historic center. And then they come back for dinner to the homestay families. And yeah, that is the first day for the students.
Nice. Okay, great. So the welcome dinner that we usually have for students, I think in most of our locations, is that all together, or is it with each of their, like how host families has a welcome dinner for them?
Okay, in Cusco, we always go for a welcome lunch the next day, because the next day we go to the UCL, to the university, and they have another orientation there. And after this orientation, that is fantastic, we go to have a welcome lunch. And yeah, the welcome lunch is just in the main square. It's a nice place, and yeah, the students want to stay there for more hours in the afternoon after the lunch. And sometimes we have a walking tour, a general walking tour. They can visit some important streets, some places, and at probably at 6 or 7, they come back to the houses for the dinner.
Okay, got it. Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and the next day always is Saturday and Sunday. So on Sunday we do a sightseeing in a bus, so they can see all the city in a bus. And the first day of classes is always on Monday.
Okay, so it's like a real whirlwind. Like you get there, you have your orientations, you have a weekend, and then you start classes.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool. So let's talk a little bit about the housing. What are the housing options that a student who is studying with us in Cusco has? Is it just homestays? Is there a possibility to do like an apartment or a shared house, or a combination?
Yeah, we have 2 options. One is for sure to live in a homestay, and they provide to the students 3 meals in a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Also, laundry is included. and of course support the first 3 days because the students want to acclimate in the city and know how is the distance from their houses to the university. And yeah, that is one option. And the other one is one option from UCL. They have accommodation. It's like the name is Casa Don Ignacio. It's a big house, but it's like also like a hotel, but they can prepare their food there. And yeah, of course, meals is not included, but it's so close to the university.
Right. Yes. And also, speaking as someone who studied abroad in Latin America, cost of living in most places is like compared to the US is really, really affordable. So, you know, food is pretty affordable. I haven't been to Cusco myself, but I know that was the case when I was in Chile. So there's that as well. I'm a bit biased because I think that everyone should do a homestay, but I know that not everyone, you know, likes that. And I will say that the pictures that I've seen of Casa de San Ignacio are like so gorgeous, like this beautiful, like kind of older looking kind of European house and just like so nice. So that's awesome. Also, they have the option, the CIS Abroad office in Cusco is like a place where they can go to hang out, right?
Yeah, yes, we have an office in Cusco, and we have always an itinerary, and some days the students have dinner with us. We can have movie night here. We can have cooking class here because I am now in our office, and also sometimes they want to have a salsa lesson. So we dance some nights, and for sure after that the students go to dance to some clubs, but it's different. Yeah, and yeah, we can do many things here. For example, one day before to go to Machu Picchu, we do here a sleepover, and all the guys are here. They sleep here at the office. And then they have dinner here. The next day we have an American breakfast, and then they go to Machu Picchu for 2 days.
Wow.
And I think they love to do that. Yeah.
Yes, because it takes a little bit, like the actual traveling to Machu Picchu is a bit of a trek, right? It's a bit long.
Yes. Yeah. It's not so long, but yeah, it's they have to. Yeah, they love to go to Machu Picchu, so it's
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no problem for them. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes.
Okay, great. So, can you tell me a little bit about what the actual like what UCIL is like? Like, what is the campus like? Is it a city campus? Is it one where the buildings are all pretty close together? Is it a big school? What is it kind of like there?
Okay, UCL is a small campus. It's not like USA. It's really small, but it's a beautiful place. It's a archaeological house. It's very old, but it's really nice. They have all the facilities for the students, and it is located in this historic center. So they will be all the time close to the important places around Cusco. And it's and all the students live, for example, if they want to go by taxi, they have to probably in 15 minutes they will be at UCL, and if they go by bus, it's probably 25 minutes, and if they want to walk, it's around 40 or 35 minutes.
Right.
And yeah, that's the options for to go to UCL.
Cool. Awesome. Great. So in Peru, what does a typical Peruvian meal look like? Do students tend to, well, I mean, I suppose it depends if they're in the homestay, but do they tend to eat out a lot, or do they tend to cook for themselves, or like eat with their families? What does that usually look like?
They always want to try the guinea pig, but because it's our national dish, but they want to try. But when we offer to them the koi, we call koi here, they don't want to eat. But for sure, we have, Peru has a lot of food here, a lot of food. And one important dish is, for example, pollo a la brasa, is chicken. And we have many options for food. So probably when one student is living here, one of the important things in part of their experience is the food.
Yep. And Peruvian food, I can say, is like really good. Like, you guys have some really amazing sauces, especially like simple dishes with some really great sauces, in my opinion. And if you are like a vegetarian or a vegan, do you find that folks can navigate Cusco pretty easily if they have dietary restrictions, or does it depend?
Yeah. For example, when the students go with a homestay, they know how to host this kind of students, because now it's normal, almost normal, to have vegetarians, vegans. So we have people who knows how to cook for them. And in the restaurants, there are a lot of options now. For example, I am trying to be a vegetarian, and I can find very easily a vegetarian food in Cusco.
Good.
Yeah, it's very easy now.
Good. Yeah, that's good. And also, like, if you don't speak Spanish, learning words for foods, or like especially foods that you're allergic to, or have intolerances towards, is obviously super important. We advise that with all of our students, really. But yeah, okay, cool. So one thing that I like to sort of end with, because we are running out of time, is, what do you think that students like the most about studying in Cusco?
Well, I think many things. One of the best experience for the students is to live with a Peruvian family, because people here are very friendly and they take care a lot to the students. And the other I don't know how to say. The other important thing is, for example, is to live in a safe place. This is a small, but it's a magical and safe place. We never have problems with the students, or we don't have a lot of, ¿cómo se dice? Delincuencia.
Like petty crime.
Yeah, we don't have like, this kind of things. Yeah, just like street. ¿Cómo se dice cuando hay pequeños robos? Sorry.
No, it's okay. Similar petty crime, like small. Like, you don't really have like small robberies.
Yeah. Just with like all the world, you have to take your preventions, but for sure, this is a safe place for the students.
Yes, absolutely. So a really common question that I get for students when they are looking to go to Latin America is often about, safety. And it's interesting to me because I don't get that question with a lot of other locations. But the thing is that, speaking as someone who studied abroad not too long ago in Latin America, there were very, very few times that I felt unsafe. And if I did feel unsafe, it was more like I should probably leave this specific area. And I did, and it was fine. So I mean, again, never been to Cusco, but I can say from just having lived in Latin America for a year, like, it's very safe. And if you need help, people will help you. It's a really great place to be. So we did have one person who was asking about how the coronavirus is going to affect the trip. Obviously, that's something that we are watching really closely, and it's something that we don't necessarily know quite yet how it will affect our summer programs. We're hoping that we can run as many summer programs as possible, but if it comes to a health and safety, from a health and safety standpoint that it might be unsafe, we will cancel. I would recommend that y'all take a look at the coronavirus information page on our website. You can access it really easily. But I did want to ask you, Mila, what sort of in this, we talk about Cusco being a safe place. Right now, what is kind of the climate in Cusco? Like how are they kind of addressing the sort of health crisis that we're having globally?
Yeah, on my personal opinion, I think that the panic is more bigger than the virus now.
Mm-hmm.
In Cusco, we don't have any case of coronavirus. I think in Lima, Lima is the capital of Peru. But in Cusco, we don't have any case. And hope to not have anyone.
Right.
But yeah, I think now our president Vizcarra sent a message last night, and he said that the government is taking all the preventions in the hospitals, and all the laboratories are ready for to attend this kind of problem. But for sure now we are safe here. But who knows?
Yeah,
who knows what will happen?
Absolutely. And conversations and choices that students and that y'all make about your health are absolutely personal. If you have questions about what it would be like to be abroad or how we're kind of handling it, I encourage you to, again, look at our website, but also, you can call the advising center and I'd be happy to talk to you all about it. Right now, we are all out of time for today, but Mila, thank you so much for chatting with me, and hopefully I will see you soon.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye. Ciao.
Thank you. Bye. Ciao, ciao.